kindergartners. I'm so excited you're here. Welcome, 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 welcome to kindergarten today. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad that you're joining us. I just said that. I realize that now. So glad that you're joining us, following along, tuning in here for another wonderful kindergarten adventure. Hopefully you can't hear all the sounds that I hear because they're very distracting. So this week we're talking about jobs, and I actually have two stories for you. That's right, two stories. One is like a quick story. It's only like 2.5 pages long. And then the other one is like a short story. So, and it's just such a good story. Like I couldn't not read it. But before we get started with that, we are going to talk about words in sentences. We did this kind of more at the beginning of the year, last quarter, in our first quarter of online learning, where I would say a sentence and you help me count how many words are in the sentence. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So my job is to count the words in a sentence. Are you ready? Oh dear. Okay, so I'm going to say a sentence and then I'm supposed to put a marker down for every word I say, but since you can't see me and see that, I'm going to hold a marker up for every word that I say, okay? We're going to try that. Maybe I should grab more skinny markers. It's okay. Ready? Listen. It is night. How many words are in our sentence? 3, that's right. It is night. Very good. Let's try another sentence. Once again, I wish I would have grabbed my skinny markers. I grabbed my fat markers, but I just don't. Okay, ready? He walks quickly. How many words are in our sentence? He walks quickly. 3, that's right. There are 3 words in our sentence. Let's try another one. Ready? You are very kind. How many words are in that sentence? You are very kind. That's right. There are 4 words in that sentence. All these markers are rolling towards me. They're gonna fall. Let's do one more. Ready? Please sit at your desk. Please sit at your desk. How many words are in that sentence? Please sit at your desk. That's right, there are 5 words in that sentence. Crazy. And we know that sentences, or words, help us make up sentences, and sentences can be short, they can be short, they can be long. So yeah, so words make up sentences, and there are 5 words in that sentence. That's a lot. Very good. Say, I can identify words in a sentence. Excellent. Kiss your brains. Thank you for doing that with me. Let's see if we have time to get through this first story, because I'm probably going to have to like pause and come back. But our first story today is a traditional tale, and it's called The Elves and the Shoemaker, a fairy tale from Germany. You ready? Once upon a time, there lived a poor shoemaker and his wife. They had just enough leather for 1 pair of shoes. Tonight, I will cut the leather, said the shoemaker. In the morning, I will sew the shoes together. The next morning, the shoemaker and his wife found a beautiful pair of shoes on the workbench. What? So they only had enough leather for 1 pair of shoes. They left everything ready and they said, we'll do it in the morning. But what happened? They woke up and the shoes were already made. A customer liked the shoes so much that he paid twice the price. The shoemaker used the money to buy more leather. So one of the customers liked those shoes, those must be the shoes, so much that they paid double what it was supposed to be. So the shoemaker used that money to buy more leather. The next morning, he found 2 pairs of shoes. Who is helping us? The shoemaker and his wife wondered. Let's stay up tonight, said the shoemaker's wife. So they hid and waited. Dun, dun, dun. Who could be making those shoes? At midnight, 2 tiny elves tiptoed inside. They were dressed in tattered clothes and wore no shoes, but the elves made beautiful shoes. Then they tiptoed out of the workshop. So these elves, so look, you can see the shoemaker and his wife and their cat staying up, and at midnight, these 2 elves snuck into their house to make shoes for them. That's so nice. Probably not a good idea to sneak into people's houses at night. But that was very nice of them. They're doing something nice instead of not nice. But just because it's nice, that doesn't mean it's okay to sneak into people's houses. So don't do that. Don't try that at home. We must help these kind elves. I will make them some warm clothes, said the shoemaker's wife, and I will make them each a fine pair of shoes, the shoemaker replied. That night, they put the presents on the workbench. They hid and waited. At midnight, the elves tiptoed into the room. They laughed with delight. They put on their new clothes and shoes and danced right out the door. The shoemaker and his wife lived happily ever after. Wow, what a super duper quick story. So the shoemaker and his wife, what did they do? They made the kind elves some warm clothes and some shoes. And then at midnight, they left it out for the elves. So when the elves snuck back into their house, not a good idea in real life. This is a fantasy story. The elves found their new clothes and their new shoes, and they were just so filled with happiness and delight and laughter. They put on their new clothes and shoes, and then they just danced away into the night as quickly and quietly as they came. And the shoemaker and his wife lived happily ever after. That was a super fun story. Quick, fun tale. And what was the shoemaker? What was his job? He was a shoemaker. I just answered my own question. But what did he do? He made shoes, right? And we were talking about jobs this week. So our next story that I have, I love this story because there's such a fun activity to go with it that we would normally be doing in the classroom. But I worked really hard and made something very similar on Seesaw, so hopefully it will be just as fun. So we're gonna start our next story, and our story is called Hold the Anchovies. All right, friends, and we're back. We're ready to read this other story that I love that's about, there we go. That's about the things we've been talking about this week. This story is called Hold the Anchovies. I'm pretty sure I just read that, but that's okay. A book about pizza. By Shelley Rotner and Julia Pemberton Helms. Oh my goodness. I am pretty sure these 2 books have the same author. Possibly the same photographer. What are the odds of that? What a talented person. Let's find out what this story is going to be about. Oh, that looks delicious. I wish I had pizza right now. It's so hard to read these pizza books. I just love pizza so much. Hold the Anchovies, a book about pizza. Most everybody likes pizza, but what is pizza made of? Look at all these friends eating pizza. Whoa, look at all the cheese on that pizza. Look at all these different kinds. Oh, he has broccoli pizza. And look at this, vegetable delight pizza, pepperoni pizza, cheese pizza. I don't see any pineapple on there. They're missing out. Pizza is made from many things. The first is dough. In order to make pizza dough, we need flour. Flour is made from ground up kernels of wheat. Oh dear. There's the wheat, and they take those kernels and they, oh my goodness, this is going to drive me nuts. Let's see if we can try to MacGyver this together. Okay, I don't think it's moving. Is it moving? I don't know. Just hoping it's not. The dough is made by adding warm water and yeast to flour. Some cooks add olive oil to make the crust crispy. So there they are trying to make the dough. The yeast is what makes the dough rise or grow bigger. We knead the dough by folding and pushing it with the palms of our hands. This makes the dough really stretch. When the dough rises and stretches just the right amount, it is ready to be tossed into the shape of a pizza pie. So remember we saw that in our other story where they were twirling the pizza? Yep. The next thing we need is sauce made from sweet, ripe tomatoes. Yum! Tomatoes need sun, clean water, and good soil to grow. To make sauce, the tomatoes need to be chopped and cooked. Some spices and herbs add more flavor. The sauce is spread evenly on the dough. Just like in Sally's Pizzeria. She used the tomatoes to chop them up, make sauce, and then she put it on the pizza like that. Remember we talked about in a circular motion, if you will? Now comes the cheese. We'll use mozzarella made with cow's milk. Milk is mixed with an ingredient called rennet, which causes it to thicken. The mixture is heated until it thickens even more and turns into curds. Curds are pressed into balls of cheese. Well, doesn't that sound delicious? The cheese is grated and sprinkled onto the pizza. What's your favorite topping? Peppers need the same conditions as tomatoes to grow. Mushrooms are different. They grow best in dark, wet places. Look at all those pizza toppings. There's like jalapenos, peppers, pepperonis, onions, mushroom, cheese, leaves, basil, mint. And then those are peppers, and then those are the mushrooms. They need dark, wet places to grow. Pepperoni is chewy, peppery meat made from pigs. This is sad. That was unexpected. Anchovies are small, silvery fish. A lot of people don't like them on their pizza. Hold the anchovies, please. Yeah, see, those are the anchovies are small fish. They look like that when they're cooked, I guess. And some people like them on their pizza, which is okay. That's cool. Everybody can do their own thing, right? Just not the type of pizza I want to be eating, but maybe it's a pizza you like. Now everything is ready to go into the oven. Heat is what makes the pizza cook. The dough turns crisp and brown. The sauce bubbles and the cheese melts. We can smell the pizza cooking. Look at that pizza. Pizza. And it tastes good too. Yum! And then on the back, there's another pizza recipe. So, here, you can pause that if you want to make your own pizza. Oh, look, they ate the whole pizza. Yum, yum, yum. All right, so what you're gonna do now, like I said, I made that activity on Seesaw. So you get to finish the sentence. I have the words on there all scrambled up, so you just have to put them in order on the lines. I like pizza, and read it, of course, to me. And you're gonna trace and color on your pizza. I can't wait to see them, although it might make me very hungry. But okay, so you can go ahead and get started on your Seesaw assignment, and I will see you very soon for our next wonderful lesson adventure. Thank you for joining me, following along and tuning in, and I'll see you soon, like I just said. Bye.